trying to get one of his lost laps back.
Bouchard and Jeff Bodine, the only drivers to run yesterday's race, and they finished 1-2. Bodine the winner, Bouchard just one car length back in that Sportsman race as the leaders head for one.
Behind Ron Bouchard and the Harry Gant car, Labonte is third.
Trouble in the backstretch. A car is on its roof.
It's Jerry Bowman. He came out of turn number 2. Lake Speed trying to avoid him is tapped. He slams into the inside retaining wall. Dale Earnhardt gets by. The rest of the field gets by. Now spinning completely around a 360 is Lake Speed, but resting upside down against the inside retaining wall is Jerry Bowman, the young driver from Maryland. He came out of turn number 2. He was involved in that last caution flag. The car has been beat up. It got squirrely. It took a right-hand turn towards the wall. Then it's turned sideways and then went upside down. He is now crawling out from underneath the race car to the standing ovation of the back straightaway crowd. The car is smoking just a bit, but he is okay.
Put to center caution for the 7th time this afternoon, and a scary moment for Jerry Bowman. Good news that he has climbed out of the car under his own power. That has been the scene of some spectacular accidents here at the North Carolina Motor Speedway. Coming out of that number 2 corner, Bobby Allison somersaulted the car about 4 or 5 times all the way halfway down that back straightaway in 1976, and we saw a really bad crash here a couple of years ago in that Sportsman event over there also.
And the driver who relieved Bobby Allison the very next race at Richmond was Neil Bonnet. Of course, as we've told you in the broadcast a week or so ago, that's how he got his start in Grand National Racing, as Neil Who. Well, now Neil Bonnet is sitting waiting to see if he may go in for Bobby Allison on this pit stop. Let's go down to Benny Parsons and Ned Jarrett.
The cars are all on pit road. Bobby Allison has the left front fender torn up quite considerably on that Miller Time Buick. He's going in the pits. Neil Bonnet is in the pits. We're up in our tower down at the start-finish line, and I can't see.
They won't change, Benny. Neil is standing well back of the pit wall, and he will not get in for Bobby on this pit stop.
Oh, I see. Okay, maybe they're trying to fix the fender right now, and I guess that was the first thing. I did see some damage, Ned, on the number 1 car, the Bullfrog Nitz car.
Yes, of course, he was involved in that altercation over there, and I suspect if they're going to make a driver change, they're changing all 4 tires on the Miller Buick right now, Bobby Allison, that they would go back out, catch back up to the field, because trying to do all of that work in such a short period of time and change drivers too, that would be a little bit much. So if they're going to do it, they'll send him back out and then come back in. We'll keep our eye on that.
This is the way they came off pit road. Darrell Waltrip, good pit work, got him out first. Harry Gant came out right behind him, then Richard Petty, then Terry Labonte, then Buddy Baker, and Ron Bouchard and Bobby Allison.
So we're under caution for the 7th time today at the North Carolina Motor Speedway. 186 of 492 laps are complete as Dick Brooks has assumed the lead here at Rockingham. He's the car lined up directly behind the pace car, and Brooks will be the 9th different driver to lead this race. Ron Bouchard led those last couple of laps under green before the caution flag came out for Jerry Bowman's flip down the back straightaway. Bowman, as Mark Gear reported, climbed out of the car, and he is okay. Here's Bobby Allison back on pit road, and Neil Bonnet is set to go in the car. He's standing over the pit wall. Let's go to Ned.
They have torn the grill completely away. You wouldn't know that that's a Buick automobile, Mike Joy. He had some damage, as Benny Parsons mentioned. It was flopping, so they have taken it completely, the grill out of it. That shouldn't hurt it, just make it run a little bit cooler. It doesn't do too much for the aerodynamics of the car, but Neil Bonnet is going in the car. Of course, there's not that much difference in the size of the 2 drivers, of Neil Bonnet and Bobby Allison. Their driving styles are very similar as well, so I suspect that that'll be a good move, certainly with the soreness that Bobby Allison had after that crash yesterday. They're going to have to hurry as he tries to get out in front of the pace car, and he does, so he'll stay in the lead lap.
On to the 7th caution of the day, Ricky Rudd making a late pit stop. Ned Jarrett in a moment will have word with Bobby Allison, who's climbed out of the Miller High Life Buick. He put that car into the lead, and Barney, for a fellow that cracked the wall as hard as he did yesterday, he really had a tremendous run going here today.
He's another tough race driver, as we said. I don't think there's anybody any better in the business than Bobby Allison, and nobody that loves the sport of auto racing as much as Allison does. Won't be too much longer. They're still cleaning up from the Jerry Bowman accident in the back straightaway, and as we said, Bowman climbed out of the car under his own power. We saw him walking into the infield care center here just a moment ago for a precautionary checkup, so Jerry Bowman apparently is all right, but shaken up after that accident in the backstretch.
Caution out for the 7th time today. We're showing 11 cars on the lead lap, and the fellow who's at the head of the parade is Dick Brooks in the Chameleon Ford, right now leading behind the Pontiac safety car. I don't have to ask how your race is going right now. It's got to be going well.
Well, we're doing pretty good, Mike. This is the first time we've led in a while. It's kind of funny up here. There ain't nobody to watch and see how to do this. We'll give it our best shot. I'll tell you, that was a mess over there. When I went by, I seen the Lake Speed and a big cloud of smoke and backwards, and come back around, and a 96 car was sitting upside down. Looked like the boy was walking off, so I guess everything was all right. Sure did have trouble turning the car back over. Anyway, we'll see you after a while. We're having fun.